Hey everyone, so you know how it feels when you're trying to practice organ sounds at home but your keyboard just doesn't cut it? You end up with that flat, lifeless tone that doesn't even come close to the real deal. Well, I ran into that exact frustration until I found the Nord Organ 3 dual combo organ, and honestly, it changed how I practice and play. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, having two 61-key keyboards built into one unit is a total game saver for organists. I can split the keyboards to layer different sounds or even play bass lines on one while chords on the other. It's super intuitive once you get the hang of it, and the 3-sensor keybed means every note responds exactly how you want it to. I've played some expensive organs that don't feel this responsive, so it's a huge win for anyone serious about organ playing. The rotary speaker emulation is where this thing really shines. You know how real Leslie speakers have that slow, creamy warble when you kick in the tremolo? The Nord does that so well it's like having a real Leslie cabinet in your living room. I've used it in recordings and live settings, and people always ask what kind of amp I'm using because they don't realize it's just the organ doing the work. Plus, you can tweak the speed and intensity to match whatever vibe you're going for, whether it's a subtle jazz club feel or a full-on rock organ blast. The transpose function is another lifesaver, especially when you're playing along with recordings or sheet music that's in a tricky key. Instead of struggling to read in F-sharp major, I just hit transpose and play in C. It saved me so much frustration during rehearsals, and honestly, it's something I wish more keyboards included as a standard feature. The OLED screen is super clear too, so you're not squinting to see what setting you're on. Everything's right there in crisp detail. I also love the LED drawbar indicators. They give you that classic organ look without needing to squint at tiny labels. It's a small thing, but when you're tweaking drawbars mid-performance, having those bright LEDs makes it so much easier to dial in the exact tone you want. Plus, the build quality is solid. This thing feels like it can take a beating, which is important when you're gigging or practicing late at night. Now, no product is perfect, so let me be real for a second. The only downside I've noticed is that the dual keyboards take a little getting used to if you're used to single manual organs. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to keep in mind if you're transitioning from a simpler setup. Also, while the rotary emulation is great, it's not a full Leslie cabinet, so if you're a purist looking for that exact sound, you might want to pair it with an external Leslie simulator. Overall, though, this thing is a beast for organ players. Whether you're practicing at home, recording, or even playing small gigs, the Nord Organ 3 dual combo organ delivers the goods. The sound quality, the build, and those little touches like the transpose and rotary emulation make it worth every penny. If you're tired of your keyboard's organ sounds falling flat, this might be the upgrade you need. Check it out using the link below and see if it works for you. For most buyers, the real question is not whether Nord Organ 3 dual combo organ sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like 2x61-key combo organ keyboard with 3-sensor keybed and manipulable rotary speaker emulation actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off. It is also smart to think about long-term satisfaction. A product like Nord Organ 3 dual combo organ usually feels like the better buy when it stays convenient, comfortable, and reliable in normal everyday use instead of only looking good in the listing.